Hello, everyone. This has been an amazing event. I have been so impressed with all the presenters. And Marixa, I just want to say thank you for having me back again. Melissa, thank you for inviting me back again. And I also want to thank all of the care team managers because I know how important they are and I know how they support you. So again, my gratitude for asking me to be here. Quick show of hands. How many of you were here last year? Was anyone here last year? And maybe we've met before. How many of you are here for the first time? Or maybe hearing this presentation for the first time? Okay. I'm going to repeat a few things as background. So initially, if you were here last year, this will sound familiar. But ultimately, we're going to move into something new, and it's called Joy for the Journey. And I know that can sound a little contradictory, but that's what we're going for. So what I want to share with you today is based on research done by a clinical psychologist by the name of Dr. Richard Miller. And his research was designed to assist veterans who were suffering from PTSD. And his intention was, of course, to help quiet the mind down and to use a method to initiate relaxation and a sense of well-being. So what he found was that the benefits of guided meditation were actually physical. It wasn't just woo-woo. It wasn't just out there stuff. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to calm down or I'm going to take a nap. There were actual physical benefits, and they were such things as lowering stress levels, lessening pain, enhancing sleep, reducing negative thoughts and anxiety, improving coping skills and focus, and experiencing an overall sense of well-being. Additionally, the physical reactions that the veterans experienced impacted positively on their hormone levels and their blood circulation, as well as their immune function and disease-fighting chemicals. So a lot of evidence-based scientific rationale for utilizing something that kind of sounds new age, guided meditation. So in short, what he found was that it helped them let go of their recurring anxieties and tensions as they relaxed and used the strategy, with your permission, we're going to try and use today. So what this particular meditation I've chosen for you today is designed to do is to recapture the experience of times when you felt joy, times that gave you a greater sense of peace. And there's a word he used in addition to joy. He actually called this meditation finding joy and equanimity. Well, first I had to learn how to pronounce that. But what it means is well-being, mental calmness, and stability. So why am I telling you this? It's because we utilize these strategies where I work at Suncoast Hospice and Empath Health with our patients and with our caregivers, because as you can imagine, like yourselves, there's a lot of stress involved with the journey that they're on. So where I work, just a little bit more background before we move into the actual meditation. Where I work at Empath Health, we actually teach a full 8-hour guided meditation course. And in that 8-hour course, we teach 10 different techniques. For those of you who were here last year, that technique that we experienced together was called Finding Your Inner Resource. Today, we're going for joy. I have a friend who says, you gotta have vitamin J, so we are going for joy. So let me ask you a question, because I know, meditation is one of those things that's like, I can't do that. I had a conversation with someone earlier. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. I get it. I was that person. But let me ask you, How many of you are dog lovers? Show of hands. Got any dog lovers out there? Yeah, okay. Well, how many of you have ever tried to paper train that dog as a new puppy? Show of hands? Okay. How successful was that? No. So what happens? You put the puppy on the paper, and what does the puppy do? The puppy wanders away. What do? You pick the puppy up, and you lovingly, gently put the puppy back down on the paper. What does the puppy do? Up, 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 up. And what do? The same thing over and over again. So why am I talking to you about puppies? Well, think of the puppy as your mind, because how many of you have said, oh, my mind just wanders? Well, if your mind wanders, did you yell at the puppy? No. Did you say bad girl, bad boy? You might have thought it, but you'd love that puppy. Well, let's love ourselves as much as we love our puppies, and let's just pick our minds up and gently put them back on the puppy paper. Fair enough? Willing to try it? So far, so good? Okay, awesome. So, let me think about how we want to approach this next segment. Because to just do a meditation and say, oh, we're going to find joy, well, how are we going to go about doing that? The way to do it is to capture a powerful memory. And I'm going to tell you a story about the most powerful memory for me, the one I used when I first learned this particular technique. But I'm going to tell you ahead of time that sometimes a joyful memory can also be tinged with sadness. Recalling something that was wonderful can also bring up feelings of loss. And I want to acknowledge that and give you this example. For me, it goes back to June of 1996, when I traveled to London with the Master Chorale of Tampa Bay to sing in these beautiful cathedrals, Westminster and Cambridge and Canterbury. But we had some downtime. So on one of those days, we were going to St. Paul's Cathedral, where Diana and Charles got married. So we took the tube, we come up the steps. It is a beautiful, clear, crisp June morning, and the bells of St. Paul are ringing and ringing and ringing. And I was just filled with this joy. And I reached out and I held Martin's hand, and we walked in and we enjoyed service and music. And that memory is so strong. But here's the thing. Less than a year later, Martin was gone to undiagnosed, very rare form of colon cancer. So I can't recall the one without the other coming up, and I want to acknowledge that. So let me give you another quick example. Do I have any Harry Potter fans in here? Yes? Okay. So how about in the third movie, The Prisoner of Azkaban, when Professor Lupin is teaching Harry how to perform a Patronus charm? Do you remember that? And Harry first tries, he pulls up a memory and it's riding his broom. Well, it doesn't work. He can't summon a Patronus because it's not a powerful enough memory. So ultimately, when he tries again, he succeeds with the memory of his parents, who passed away when he was a year old. But it was powerful, and that's the point. So before we actually do this meditation together, I want to just give you a minute to maybe think about, what is a powerful memory for me? What's a person or a place or an event or a pet, something beloved, memorable, and powerful that I want to conjure up and recall and relive and re-experience when we do this meditation together? You may already have been thinking about it, but let me just give you a moment to do that, okay? All right. Willing to go on a journey with me? All right. I see you nodding and smiling. I appreciate that. Thank you. So if you're ready, with your eyes gently closed, allow your senses to open to the sounds around you, the sensation of your body touching the surface that's supporting you, the relaxed heaviness in your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen with each breath, the sensation of your entire body without thinking, just being. Bring to mind an experience or a memory of a time you felt joy. Recall all of the feelings around it. Imagine the sounds, who you were with, the smells or tastes that you associate with this experience of joy. Take in a deep breath as you remember. You may feel joy in any number of ways, as the feeling of connection, general well-being, contentment, enthusiasm, or some other sensation. Breathe in and allow joy to come fully into your body, to well up inside. Identify where and how you are experiencing it. Perhaps it's a warm feeling in your heart, butterflies in your stomach, a deep sense throughout your whole body that all is well. Allow the excitement, the tingling, the warmth, whatever you feel, to fill you with each breath. Your entire body is experiencing joy. Now, allow the thoughts and memories to dissolve while you remain with the feeling of joy throughout your body. With each inhalation and exhalation, feel joy remain, possibly even grow. Be aware of the feeling of just being, simply being with joy. Take a few breaths to simply be and rest for a few moments with complete well-being. As you move back into your everyday life, remember how joy is always present and can be brought to the forefront. When unhelpful feelings or emotions arise, stop, take a deep breath, and allow your body to experience the feeling of joy for just a few moments. And as you gently come back to the room, you have several options. You can sit with your eyes closed for just as long as you'd like. You can consider sharing what you experienced with your neighbor, your friend, your companion. If you're the kind of person who enjoys journaling, You might wish to write things down at some point, capturing what you saw, felt, heard, remembered, and experienced. It may be something you want to remember frequently, that feeling of joy, the specific location in your body that you felt it, the sense of well-being as you remember the joys you've had in your life. Here's a few additional ideas of how you could carry joy and well-being forward into your daily life. Perhaps you already do some of these things. At the beginning or at the end of every day, make a list, 3 to 5 things that you feel grateful for. Review them periodically as a reminder. Recall as often as possible this feeling of joy that you just experienced, and allow yourself to rest with that feeling for a few minutes each time. Maybe talk with a loved one or share with a friend what brings you joy. What I'd like to do, because everyone's in such a beautiful, peaceful space right now, is to remind you of what we did last year as a way of saying goodbye and thank you. In hospice, we do this. Just say thank you. I don't need applause. We don't need any noise. We don't need any loudness right now. We want to just maintain this feeling. But I do want to thank again Melissa, Marixa, and all of you as you continue to have joy on your journey. Thank you.